Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly oracle card reading. I'm using the Oracle of the Essences oracle deck for this week's reading, and I'm going to draw 3 cards, and each card is going to represent an aspect of the upcoming week. All right, so my intention with this reading is just that we get kind of an overall overview of the week ahead and get some ideas about what's coming up. Oops, I'm just going to move my camera a little bit. Okay, so this first card represents Monday and Tuesday. And just a reminder, if you enjoy this reading, you can subscribe to my channel. I post these readings every week. Okay, so Jasmine. This card is all about finale and fertility. So the beginning of the week actually feels very powerful, and it's hard for me not to compare oracle cards to specific tarot cards. And so when I look at this card, I think of the World, and I think of like 10 of Cups. It has this sort of like the card says, finale. It has like this energy of almost celebration, like energies kind of coming to a peak. Like it's that full moon energy. It's that ovulation, full moon, fertility, energies kind of coming to a head. And that can feel really positive. It can feel really exciting. Sometimes it can feel overwhelming, but that's what I'm getting from this card for the beginning of the week. So what does it mean for us? I feel like for some of us, certain things will have come full circle. So you may be completing certain projects, you may be finishing things up, there may be some sort of endings, but it's not like an ending like the death card symbolizes an ending. It's not so much about letting go, it's more about celebrating finishing something or completing something. And I also feel like this is a culmination of energies. So you may feel a peak, like an energetic peak at the beginning of this week. You may be full of energy, you may be full of ideas, you may feel like you're just sort of glowing, or you're in your prime, or like this is your moment. All of those things kind of come to mind when I look at this card. This is a really good time to ask for what you want. If you're wanting to like ask your employer for a raise, or ask your partner to do something for you, or if there's something that you're wanting, this is the time to go out and try to do that. I feel like we all have almost an enhanced ability to sway others to see things our way and to get others on our side, and to really get what we want out of life. All right, so middle of the week, Wednesday and Thursday, this card is represented by lavender, and this is all about expression and release. So I love how the beginning of the week was really actually a powerful card. It's almost about stepping into your own power. And this next card, lavender, is about expressing yourself, and it's also about release. So remember when I was talking about this card, I said it's about things kind of coming, things coming full circle, and not so much about an ending, but completing something. But once you complete something, once something comes full circle, it's always good to release it so that you can move on to create something else. And so with this card, in the middle of the week, it's about releasing things, letting go, and also lightening up a little bit and not being afraid to express yourself. There's so many reasons, I think, so many things that hold us back from really, truly expressing ourselves and just letting go. And this can be really hard to do. And so I feel like the message with this card is ask yourself, what is stopping you? What is stopping you from expressing yourself fully? Is it fear of others' judgments? Is it fear that you're going to upset somebody? or maybe upset more than one person, a lot of people? Are you afraid of being vulnerable? You know, what stands in your way between you and you expressing yourself fully? So I feel like the middle of the week is actually a time to lighten up and to kind of have fun. Do things that make you feel light and free, like dancing, watch a funny movie, read something that's funny, watch some funny YouTube videos or something like that. You really want to loosen up and engage your sense of humor. So the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have Marjoram, which is all about trust and benevolence. So I feel like there's a shift in energy here. I feel like the first two cards, so the beginning of the week and the middle of the week, I feel like these cards are very self-focused. I think this is about focusing on yourself and I feel like these cards are in some ways more inward. Even though lavender is about expressing yourself, I still feel like the first two cards were kind of about doing inner work, whereas this card I feel has a very different energy, and I feel like this is more about connecting with others. And this card says trust and benevolence, and I feel like those are the two key things that we need to keep in mind when it comes to connecting with others. So this weekend is a good time to be more social, to connect with other people, and to really engage your sense of trust. I think this is hard, especially if we've been burned before, if we've had relationships that have failed, or if people have betrayed us or hurt us. It's sometimes really hard to trust. But this card is encouraging you to do that. It's encouraging you to trust, and to trust that others are benevolent, and that people aren't out to get you. And my cat is whining at the door. She wants out. She hasn't been outside today, and all of a sudden she's just been sleeping all bloody day. Actually, I'll show you my cat, because you're probably like, who is this little screamer? Oh, where did you go, Merlina? Hello, girl. Hello, girl. Okay, so where was I? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, trusting that, people are not out to get you, that people are benevolent. And what else do I get from this card? Again, there is like this lightness, this joyful feeling with this card, which echoes the lavender card. So both of these cards are kind of telling you to lighten up, and it feels like the beginning of the week is maybe, I don't want to say a heavy time, because it doesn't feel heavy. It feels like the beginning of the week is a little more momentous and somewhat serious, and the rest of the week we can just let go. We've done the work at the beginning of the week. The rest of the week we can let go. We can have a little more fun. We can connect with people. We can be more social and less serious than we normally are. Okay, so I'm going to just zoom out. I'm going to look at all three cards together, and I'm going to look for some themes. I love how we have the moon here and then the sun in the next card. So there's these, they almost feel like opposite cards in a way. The first card feels almost kind of inward focused. We've got the moon energy. Lavender, we've got the sun. It's more outward. It's about expressing yourself. And I think that in order to really express yourself authentically, you have to go inward first. You have to understand what's inside of yourself so that you can accurately project it outside of yourself. And I think that that's a good thing to keep in mind, especially when it comes to relationships, when it comes to friendships or other kinds of relationships, when it comes to being able to trust someone and connect with them and feel a sense of lightness and vulnerability in relationships, we need to be able to express ourselves well, and we need to be able to go within and understand ourselves and why we do the things we do and what we're really truly needing, and then being able to express that to another person. Those are just important things, I think, to keep in mind with any kind of relationship. And now my other cat's whining. I'll show you my other kitty, Henry. Henry! He's being silly. He's playing with a towel. Okay. Okay, so I think that's it. As always, I invite you to share your own ideas and your own interpretations. And I'm just looking at these cards and I'm thinking how I have all of these things in my garden. I have three jasmine vines. They're kind of like little vines. I have three of them in my yard. I have pink jasmine and I have two white jasmine, and they smell so beautiful. And I also have a lot of lavender, and I have a little bit of marjoram in my herb garden, which I always forget to use, but it's lovely. It smells really good. Okay, so that has been your weekly oracle card reading. I have used the Oracle of the Essences for this reading, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. And if you're interested in learning more about how to read tarot cards or oracle cards, you can check out my website, dailytarotgirl.com, and I'll put a link to that in the description box below this video.